shows we covered in our first season and had really indelible theme songs. The Scarecrow and Mrs. King theme song also does a great job of setting the tone of what we're going to see and what the show is, the tone of the show. It's also a great earworm. I mean, there are times in fact, it will probably be playing in my head the rest of the day now that I'm thinking about it. Um, which is not it's not an awful thing, but at least, it'd be nice sometimes to go on to something else. But it's it's reminiscent of the kinds of theme songs we used to get back in the 80s, as with Remington Steele, sort of setting the table, really telling its own story about the show we're going to watch. And then you get to Cagney and Lacey, and you've got that great saxophone riff that opens it up as they're walking down the streets of New York. And then we see all those images of them that tell us a lot about who they are, as we're watching it. And yeah, just another really, really wonderful theme song that both of which really set the stage for the show that you're about to watch.
Yeah. So I think of Mike Post when you mentioned the saxophone. Like saxophone was all over, of course. So then I think of L.A. Law, but Mike Post had a number of theme songs that actually became hits.
Yes,
you talked about we know Cheers became a minor hit, but Mike Post, he had Hill Street Blues went to number 10. Magnum went to number 25. Apparently, L.A. Law just didn't become a hit, but yeah, these were songs that they were so big. What else, Holly? Yes.
Okay, this is the theme when we talk theme songs, and you just say the first one that pops into your head. The first one that popped into my head when we decided we're going to do this was Rockford Files.
Oh yes,
Mike Post.
Of course.
Yeah.
I think that's Mike. I think most of these are Mike Post and Pete Carpenter together. Mike Post wrote a lot. Like I'm a huge Stephen Cannell fan. So as is my husband. So we spend a lot of time talking about Rockford Files and the A-Team and Hardcastle McCormick, all of which are Mike Post and Pete Carpenter. And then I love the Mike Post Greatest American Hero theme song, believe it or not. And he also did the Hardcastle McCormick theme song, two different theme songs, one for season 1, Drive, and then that was Mike Post and lyrics by Stephen Geyer. And then in season 2, they're like, oh no, that really cool opening, song. We want to shift it up and change it into a buddy song. And so the same team, Mike Post and Stephen Geyer, wrote the Back to Back song, which is like, we're just two friends fussing and fighting. And you're like, what? And everybody was like, what? And then for season 3, they go back to a version of the original song. But both of those actually have become iconic to that show. You can tell a show that I was a fan of back in the day, but Mike Post, amazing. And then the Cagney and Lacey was Bill Conti, who also did Dynasty. Yeah.
Because I have that because it reached number 52 in 1982.
So he did a number. Bill Conti was a big theme song, 80s theme song guy.
Oh, huge. Yeah. It got to the point where someone like me who wasn't at the time paying attention to credits, it got to the point where I was watching to see who wrote the music for shows and was always happy to see Mike Post's name pop up because his theme songs for shows were so great usually.
He was definitely symbolic to me. If you ask me to name any TV show composer, TV theme composer, it's Mike Post. However, Alan Thicke did it. He wrote them. He had Different Strokes and Facts of Life.
Alan Thicke
and his wife, Gloria Loring, who was a singer, but also an actress. Yes,
Did he write As Long as We Got Each Other? Do you know who sang that song?
No.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, what was the name of the song again?
As Long as We Got Each Other, the theme song from, because we were mentioning, well, was Alan, wait a second, am I getting everything confused? Alan Thicke, was he in Growing Pains, or am I thinking
Yes.
of?
Yes.
He was the dad.
All right, so then I did give it away. So that, yes, As Long as We Got, I was getting confused looks from everybody, like, am I not thinking of the right Alan Thicke? Okay, so yeah, As Long as We Got Each Other is the Growing Themes theme, sung by B.J. Thomas and Jennifer Warnes.
Wow.
All
I
right.
did not
Yeah.
know that.
But I don't know if
Yeah.
he wrote it. Did he write it, Holly? Did you?
Did he write the, oh my gosh, or did he?
Okay, go look it up. While we talk about, you mentioned the two guys. What about two good old boys? I mean, these
Okay.
as the theme from
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard, sung by Waylon Jennings, reached number 21. Do we like? I mean, clearly we like Cheers, which has some, some lyrics to the songs. Do we like lyrics in songs? Did we?
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or does it get distracting at times, or is it?
Well, no, because what you were for all of the theme songs, whether there were lyrics or not, you were getting clips of the show. So it wasn't as though it was something new this week. It was the theme song was accompanied by whatever montage that they were playing, usually over behind, that was playing on top of. So it didn't matter to me whether there were lyrics or not.
Well, and I think it's there were some iconic lyric theme songs. We talked about a few. There's obviously the Golden Girls, Thank You for Being a Friend. And then
Although
the
that
one
was already a hit song before.
it was already a hit song,
Yeah,
but then
before the Golden
it
Girls.
was but it became owned basically by Golden Girls. Nobody remembers it as the hit song from the 70s. They remember it as the Golden Girls theme. Well, and by nobody, I mean nobody younger than us.
Yes, I know. It's exactly right.
Shout
We're
out
probably the last of that. Yeah.
Now, however, I
Yeah.
think many people think of My Life, they think Billy Joel, and not everybody, unless you were in the 80s, thinks the Bosom Buddies theme.
That's true.
Because that's where I first came to know My Life and Billy
that right?
Joel was through Bosom
Oh.
Buddies.
I was already a Billy Joel fan, I think, before they started using that song on Bosom Buddies, which I have to admit is not a show that I watched with regularity, for whatever that's worth.
I did watch it because I really like Tom Hanks and I really like Peter Scolari.
Yeah, one of my favorite shows.
And Holland Taylor. Amazing.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love her.